don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Come on, Burnley. Never mind the defeat. Pretty good performance at Newcastle against a very strong Newcastle team who have beaten Manchester City and who are in the Champions League, and they were at home, and they last scored 8 goals against Sheffield United, and they also beat Manchester City in the EFL Cup. So they were buzzing. They were really up for this. Right, let's start from the beginning. The 30th of September 2023. Today's referee for the game is Thomas Bramhall. It's Newcastle versus Burnley. Newcastle went with a 4-3-3 and Burnley went with a 4-2-3-1. The previous game was on the 22nd of May 2022 when Burnley were relegated at Turf Moor and they lost 2-1 to Newcastle. Maxwell Cornet scored for Burnley. Right, this is Let's Talk Burnley number 104. Yes, Burnley Football Club. Let's Talk Burnley Football Club number 104. Right, team news. Trafford, Roberts, Al-Dakhil, Bayer, Taylor, Cullen, Ramsey, Galoscio, Brownhill, Berg, and Dooney. And your substitutes were Muric, O'Shea, Koch, Rodriguez, Zayori, Vintinho, Tressel, Brun Larsen, and Odebert. Right. Summing up the game before I start telling you what actually happened. 2 mistakes, really. One by Aaron Ramsey to lead to the goal in the 14th minute by Omerod. He turned and it was just the ball was just taken away from him. A silly mistake. And the second was the penalty, which is Al-Dakhil. He kind of like headed the ball in the penalty area. Don't know where it was going, but he headed it, and he then brought down the player that got the ball. So that was 2-0. But prior to that, Burnley could have scored. They had a great chance to score, but our ex-goalkeeper Pope stuck his leg out and saved it. There was a couple of other chances that Burnley had, but other than that, I don't think Burnley were really in the game. In the first few minutes, I thought they were very good, and then after that, it just faded. Right, 14th minute, Newcastle goal, Omerod, assisted by Trippier, another ex-Burnley player. And the 29th minute, yellow card for Anduni. The 40th minute, yellow card for Bayer. And then it came to half time, 1-0 to Newcastle. We're not in a bad position at that time. The stats now pretty good for Burnley, really. 48%, 3 shots, 1 on target, 1 corner, 9 fouls. And the second half, 1-0 down. 53rd minute, yellow card for Taylor. And then the 58th minute, we had a double substitute. Brian Larsen replaces Galoscio. J. Rod replaces Anduni. And then the 67th minute, Odebert replaces Ramsey. Then we come to the penalty, which is Al-Dakhil made a mistake. Bad mistake. In his own penalty area, trying to head the ball. I don't know where that was going. So then they converted the penalty. Isaac scored in the 75th minute, and then in the 88th minute, Burnley had a substitute. Ventinho replaces Roberts and Zayor replaces Sanderberg. I don't know why we had to take off. To me, was Galascio was taken off and Dooney was taken off. Maybe we're looking at the next game against Luton. We knew we lost this match. Coming to the dead ends of the game, we couldn't really get back into the game. We might have scored a goal at the death, but other than that, we were on a loser. So maybe Vincent Kompany was trying to save some of these players for the next game, which is against Luton on Tuesday, when we should have hopefully Lyle Foster back. Lyle Foster was missed in all the 3 games that he's been out, so maybe this is the time that Burnley will get the 3 points on the board and get out of the relegation. Yeah. So anyway, the full-time stats: 47% for Burnley, 7 shots, 2 on target, 3 corners, 15 fouls. Again, large number of fouls Burnley are committing. Now Newcastle stats, this is the end of the game: 53%, 20 shots Newcastle had, 8 on target, 5 corners, 7 fouls. So we're coming to the next game on Tuesday, the 3rd of October, against Luton, 7:30 kickoff. Hopefully that's going to be a win for Burnley, because we definitely need to get on the winning side. We definitely need to win in the Premier League and get some points on the board. And then on the 7th of October, we got home to Chelsea, who are not doing that well, and neither are some of the other clubs around the middle table. Manchester United not doing well, Chelsea not doing well. So hopefully we can have a chance against Chelsea. Then we have the international break, which will be good for Burnley, because Burnley can then get their players fit and ready for the next game, which is going to be away at Brentford. And then that's on the 21st of October, Saturday. And on the 28th of October, which is another Saturday, we're away again at Bournemouth. Now Bournemouth got crushed by Arsenal, I believe it was, 4-0. So they're not in a good position. In fact, in the table, they're 18th, Bournemouth are. Everton lost against Luton, and now Luton are 17th. Burnley are 19th, and Sheffield United are last, bottom 20th. Right, so I'm going to go now and tell you how many games that they've played. Bournemouth have played 7, won none, drawn 3, lost 4, 3 points. Burnley played 6, won none, drawn 1, lost 5, 1 point. And Sheffield United are playing 7, won none, drawn 1, lost 6, 1 point. So we're competing against these type of teams: Bournemouth, Luton, Sheffield United. If we can win these games against these clubs and get 6 points, a double header, then we're on our way up the table. And I predict that by Christmas, Burnley will be safe. We'll be somewhere above the relegation, so maybe 17th position. Because if you remember, in one of my last videos before we actually got promoted, I was saying we would be top of the league by Christmas. That was in the Championship, and which we were well before Christmas. But again, this is a different kettle of fish. Premiership, different kettle of fish. Lots of brilliant players, brilliant teams, and everybody fighting to avoid relegation. Like every team is in that Premier League. But I think Burnley will survive this year, and in January hopefully we can include possibly another 1 or 2 players to boost our team and make it stronger, so we have players in every position of good quality. Okay, well that's it for now. I'm going to say up the Clarion, obviously, because I am a Clarion. Up Burnley, up the Clarion. Come on lads, let's go. We're going to beat Luton on Tuesday, and I'll give you that result on Wednesday morning, and I'm surely, my words are a win for Burnley, possibly even 2 or 3-0. All the best, and up the Clarion. Come on boys.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't